Hello and welcome to episode 86 of Ring Takes. Of course, I'm joined with Brian and Lewis. I'm Daniel. As we are here kicking up the road to Survivor Series, we're going to be making our picks today. Episode 86 Survivor Series War Games picks. We're picking it up because there's going to be some logistics next week where Brian is taking off and leaving us behind to enjoy the West Coast. But
yeah, I'm making my West Coast debut, man. It's been hyped up for a while now.
I mean, you're going to the Bay, right? I went to San Diego. Yep. I went to San Diego and it was nice. So
yep, South San Francisco. Yep, that's where we're going.
So definitely it should be enjoyable out there. But yeah, as we're going into the War Games here, build up. Got a couple matches on the card, not as many as I thought there would be. There's only 3, but let's get right into it. Let's start off with the main attraction, the men's War Games match. The OTC facing the new Bloodline, or how should I call it? The OTC Bloodline, the OG Bloodline. What should I call this? What like the OG Bloodline, the originators?
Yeah. Of course, the starter pack, you know.
WWE 24 is on sale, so I might have to purchase that. It is on sale, so I might have to dig in there. But yes, the original Bloodline: Roman Reigns, Jay and Jimmy Uso, the Usos, and I guess you can say honorary Uso, Sami Zayn reuniting, looking to find a 5th member. We think it's going to be Seth Rollins, which hasn't been announced yet, but should be announced at some point. Facing the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama and Tongaloa, and the addition of big man Bronson Reed, who is of Samoan descent, but I don't know which family member he's tied to. So
he is.
He's from New Zealand, so he's like, what it says?
Not the island of Samoa.
Yeah,
Daniel.
Wait, nah.
Yeah,
they're pretty close, but not.
Yeah. Nah,
come on. Well, he has all the tattoos. There we go.
That's what we're doing.
They're cousin countries, apparently.
All right, he's Samoan adjacent. All right, fine. All right, got it. All right, but yeah, who do you guys have in this one? The new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline. And what do we think about how we got here? Especially with we haven't found out the 5th member, and then we have the developments on SmackDown with Roman Reigns reaching out to the Wise Man, who we haven't heard from in a while, and getting denied. So what do we think we could do of all that?
Well, this match has been like hyped up for a while. I feel. I mean, when people talking about this match, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, when Solo finally stepped on Roman's phone, and then eventually the following week you see Tama Tonga debuting, and then right then and there everybody kind of predicted that, like, okay, eventually you got one group led by Solo, another group led by Roman, and eventually they're going to end up colliding, and we hope they get the story far enough so it got to War Games, which they have, and it's and as far as the story goes, I'm still kind of, even though Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, I've had a feud that started with Bronson Reed hitting the tsunami 6 times. So obviously it's been personal enough. I still kind of just wanted War Games to just be about the Bloodline and not include them, even though they have their own history. But that's just my preference. I mean,
agreed.
Yeah, it would have been it would have been nice to if maybe we got 2 additional members that debuted at some point from the actual Samoan family.
Another family member.
Yeah, I mean, we still talk about Ukulele. He's signed. He's out there, and like they're waiting to bring him. I mean, who knows? This Survivor Series might end up being his debut. He might be
There's only so many spots on the roster.
I
know they just cut Indy Hartwell and a couple others, but there's only so much room, Brian.
Hey, there's
only so many hours of television. Yeah, but as far as this match goes, like I was saying, kind of wanted the Bloodline involved, but now that we might be getting Seth Rollins possibly joining because it just makes too much sense, and they've already involved him in the story when they had both Sami Zayn and Solo ask for his services. So we already know eventually he's gonna join the fold, which is going to be a very interesting dynamic in the match with the history between him and Roman. But when I look at as far as picking the winner of this match, I'm actually gonna go with the new Bloodline here because I just feel as though that this story, I thought that at first that War Games was going to be like the end all, might be the end all be all of the story, but but this is definitely going towards WrestleMania because now that you got the storyline developments on SmackDown with Roman reaching out to Paul Heyman and the phone being disconnected, and you had Rock randomly debuting at Bad Blood a month or so ago. And you still have the in the back of your mind some of these other Samoan talent family members that they've signed that could eventually debut at any point. So I definitely think this story is going to continue. I don't believe Roman hasn't pinned Solo 1-on-1 yet, correct?
Negative.
Okay. So because that hasn't happened yet, and because we haven't seen Rock since Bad Blood, and we don't know how he's going to be involved, and obviously, like I said before, with the storyline developments with Paul Heyman, I just think the new Bloodline comes out on top here. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be some sort of a distraction, or someone else is going to get involved and cause even more of a disadvantage for the OG Bloodline. So I'm going new Bloodline.
You know what's going to cause that distraction? William Regal coming out and saying, War Games!
All right, before you even continue, you kind of have to let that go now because Rhea Ripley already did it on Raw. No, Rhea Ripley already did it on Raw, so it's not going to happen.
I will not stop dreaming.
If the opening promo package for Survivor Series doesn't have William Regal saying War Games, we don't want it.
Exactly.
See, as much as I want to hear it, I just feel as though it only should be associated with NXT because that was NXT War Games when Regal was doing that. Even though
everybody in this match is technically from NXT.
On the OG
this is WWE's development
on one side.
Yeah. I mean, 90% of their roster came from NXT now. If you really look at it, from their top guys,
great development.
Yeah,
great development. I'm gonna have to reiterate what Brian said. I'm gonna go the new Bloodline just because we know some, like we were talking before, some buffoonery is gonna happen that's gonna cause the OG Bloodline to lose because them winning, I mean, isn't like I don't think is the right move for the story. I feel like this still is an uphill battle that's leading all the way to WrestleMania. I'm not saying that this is gonna go, but all the way to WrestleMania, but certain factors of the story is obviously gonna lead into WrestleMania, whether that's including Rock or whoever. I mean, but I don't see. I think with the new Bloodline winning is just going to continue the story more. And, we're online. We see all these people getting hired, all these other family members. So
there's only so much room on the roster.
I mean, and I think that's what I'm a little shocked with the whole Bronson Reed-Seth Rollins. But I mean, at the same time, it's like
he's a known entity.
You can't not include them at this point, because they've been just running amok crazy on Raw. So it's like there has to be some payoff with them going crazy at the PLE. So why not just throw them in a crazy ass match and let them, have at it, So, but again, I see them being on top just for the sake of continuing the story. I don't know. We could maybe finally get another Rock interference, or it could be Brock Lesnar interference.
Yes, that is what I want. That is what I want.
I just want to hear that intro music.
So you guys want Brock Lesnar to come back with Paul Heyman and just cause a ruckus?
Yes, and then it's going to be so shocking to Roman Reigns that's going to fluster him so much that he will never be able to defeat Solo, and Solo will reign supreme. And I
don't know about that because I don't want to see another Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar match, man. I've had enough of them shits, bro.
That is also true.
Yeah, bro.
Now you're gonna have Rock, Brock, Roman, Cody.
Like,
I want my Gunther Brock match. That's what I want.
That is true.
That is what I want. Mm-hmm. If that can happen, make it happen.
If Gunther makes it there, but you're going new bloodline. You're going new bloodline. Is Roman Reigns going to lose 2 pay-per-views back to back?
Yes, all he's been doing is losing since he came back. He's not going to win at this point.
He might not get pinned.
He's still going. His L is still going to be on the loss though.
Yeah, but after last year's War Game, they're not going to have him win again.
Yeah, you gotta look at it this way, bro. This is not dominant Roman Reigns anymore. Like this is babyface hero Roman Reigns. This is not the same.
He's been losing.
Roman doesn't have the wise man with him anymore. They're making that like a key point in this story.
Yeah, now. He even said it. He's like, I'm not the trainer.
So if he catches an L now, it shouldn't be as surprising anymore.
They can't do this to Roman. They can.
Yes, they can. What other person has had a 4-year fully dominant reign? Now he's got to be pegged down.
Bruno San Martino, Pedro Morales. I feel like Michael Cole right now saying all these names. Yeah. But no, I'm probably gonna go the new bloodline as well. I feel like they need to keep getting the heat on them. They got Bronson Reed with them. There's too many inconsistencies with the OG bloodline, especially if they're going to add Seth Rollins. The chemistry might not be there. I'm just interested to see how they're telling the story. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see how the story just gets told in the next chapter and if the wise man comes back. See, you mentioned that Gunther match with Brock Lesnar. I would love for Seth to say, no, I'm not joining you guys. Go into Survivor Series and have Brock Lesnar just return. I would love that. I would love that. But yeah, I gotta go to new bloodline, man. I gotta go to the new bloodline. Or if Paul Heyman becomes the Rock's wise man. I think that's in the back pocket too, that they want to explore that. But yeah, we're all going to new bloodline. I think it's the right call, mainly because the new bloodline is building all this momentum, and you have to give something the baby faces can go after. And the old bloodline has some hashing out they have to do amongst the 4 of them, all the history that's going back, especially with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is he's been a little fishy to me. I don't know.
Really?
He should have no reason to want to even be in that group.
That's true.
There should be no reason. No one, like, everybody should be. Seth Rollins is the only one. I hope they swerve us and Seth Rollins just leaves them in the match or something. Like, because he has no reason, none, to want to be in the bloodline. None.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I'm watching like Sami Zayn in these segments and such, and not even him being sneaky, but just watching generally and just thinking like, yo, Kevin Owens is gonna fuck you up at some point. Like I'm literally like, if you watch SmackDown, like that promo that Kevin Owens cut with him with his phone being in the car. Talking about Cody Rhodes and wanting to be on SmackDown and only being forced to first being exiled from the building, and then now next week he's being requested to show up because Cody Rhodes is the Golden Boy and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah. Eventually, when they break away, they're going to do a KO and Sami feud again. And when they started, Kevin Owens is really gonna fuck Sami Zayn up. Like he's gonna make what he did in NXT look like child's play.
And I was worried for Sami in NXT. So it's only going to be amplified. But yeah, Kevin Owens is doing great work. Heel Kevin Owens is something that we desperately needed.
Yeah, but if Sami Zayn is being sneaky, what do you guys think like would be his angle? Like what exactly would he do to screw the OG bloodline over? Like would he call somebody? Like does he have Paul Heyman on speed dial instead? Or
it'd probably be just he'd get his revenge on Roman. I feel like that's motive enough. Like.
Nobody should want to work with Roman. Nobody.
That's honestly.
Talking about,
And that's the crazy thing. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't apologized.
He hasn't addressed anything.
He hasn't addressed anything. It's
like
just
he's kind of just he's had this motioning with Cody and stuff like when he came out to help him and shit like that. But it's like there's really no discussion of what's actually happened.
And I think that's the other factor. It's like, what about Solo is so bad? Because he even said it. He's like, I'm trying to bring us together. I'm trying to bring back the prestige to our bloodline because ever since Roman lost the title. So it's like he's just trying to rebuild. That's why he brought everybody in. So then why is it that Jimmy J and even Roman are so against him? Or is it more just an ego thing for him? Exactly.
It's the disrespect.
I mean, Roman was gone. What did he think was going to happen? Nobody was going to step up. Solo did.
And nobody likes Solo, but Solo's the right one in all of this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This story, hopefully they can continue to keep the gas pedal on because I feel like we're kind of just waiting to see what happens, and this is a big moment in that. So hopefully we can get some more answers than questions that we have or lack of anticipation for this match. Hopefully it's worth it. But yeah, we're all going the new bloodline. It seems like the logical order. Let's get to the women's War Games match. This match kind of came out of nowhere. It's a jigsaw puzzle. I feel like this match is just basically to get the women in the War Games match, which we kind of saw. And the storylines kind of do to stick together. On one side, we got Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Candice LeRae, the other person, I'm missing a person, and Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, Io Sky, and the returning Rhea Ripley, as Lewis said, dashing Rhea Ripley with the which I thought was a nice touch. What do you guys think about this build? What do you guys think about this matchup? And who do you have winning?
Lewis, you want to go ahead and take this?
See, this one is going to be much harder to pick because I honestly don't know which way to go. I mean, I could say
I'll save you the trouble, Lewis.
Hold on. I would say I would see the women's group of Nia, Liv, Raquel, and Candice winning. Just because you have Liv, who's kind of been on a roll, with bringing in Raquel, retaining her title, winning the crown jewel title thing or whatever. And you also got Nia, who's been dominant, winning as well. I don't know. I see all those factors kind of playing into them winning, but on the other hand, you also got Bianca. You got all the baby faces who are also really hot right now because you got Bianca and Jade who are really hot. You got Io who's hot right now. Who else do they have? Who else is on their team?
Nia Jax. No. Naomi, Bianca, and Jade, Io, and Rhea Ripley.
Yes. So this is a tough one. Honestly, this one can go either way because I don't know. It's like you do have everybody on the babyface side who's going after all the titles, or on the heel side. So it's like, but is this another moment for all the heels to win as well? So I honestly really don't know which way to go. What were you going to say, Dylan?
I believe it's the heels time. Number one, I don't think on the main roster, I don't think heels have won the women's War Game match yet. Like you can't just have Bianca Belair and Io just keep winning. Like that can't be the the game plan, because they beat Damage Control the first time. Hold on, let me see. Because I'm looking it up. They beat Damage Control the first time. They beat Damage Control the second time. They beat the that's the Shears. Hold on. Yeah, they beat the Judgment. Yeah, they beat them twice already. They can't. The the baby faces can't keep winning War Games. I understand that this is a way to get the baby faces over. We had that nice reunion with Becky Lynch and Charlotte in the last one. Cool, that's fine. You cannot have as hot as Nia Jax has been. You cannot have as dominant. Well, let me say this. You should not have as dominant as Nia Jax has been. You cannot have as dominant as Liv Morgan has been. You can't have Tiffany Stratton as hot as she's been with the Money in the Bank briefcase and her rise on the SmackDown roster ever since she's been called up. You can't kill that momentum right now. I don't think you can kill that momentum for those. Rhea Ripley's going to be Rhea Ripley. Jade and Bianca are already established. You can't do that. I just can't. I gotta go with the heels in this one. I gotta go with is it Liv Morgan's team or not? It's Liv Morgan's team, right?
It's not really announced. It's just kind of like
yeah.
She's on the poster.
Yeah. She's on the poster because she won the Crown Jewel title. They're gonna say it's her team.
This shouldn't be her team. It should be Nia Jax's team.
She beat the other champion on her team. So yeah, it's her team.
God damn it.
Yeah, man. If we gotta look at objectively. I'm actually gonna go against the grain on this one and actually go with the baby faces coming out on top because okay, first of all, like you said, Daniel, this match was kind of just like thrown together out of nowhere. I mean, if Rhea Ripley is not involved in this match, then literally these women are legit only fighting because it's War Games. Because thank God Rhea Ripley is involved, and because obviously, you know, she has the more personal feud, in this matchup. I know on Smack. I mean, besides that, so I know on Raw, Io is the number one contender, but yet you still have Rhea chasing Liv. So that's going to be very interesting how that plays out. Because I actually thought that initially they were going to go with Bayley in this match being the fifth person, because I thought that would be an interesting dynamic, seeing as though she's been in two of these matches against some of these women, and she's been losing, as Daniel explained with the statistics. So I thought that was going to be an interesting dynamic, but they went with the route with Io. But I just feel as though because it was thrown together so fast, and because you had Rhea Ripley, coming back, which by the way, she is so cooked to still be doing headbutts, even though she has the fracture and the face mask. I'm over here. He's over here screaming.
The mask is protecting it, Brian. The mask.
But still, to even attempt it, still though, like even though you have the mask, it's just like she's crazy. But I just feel with that, and because Rhea did get screwed in the last pay-per-view. You may look at it as at War Games. She may end up getting the pin on either Liv or Raquel, continuing the feud, and then adding in the dynamic of Io being the number one contender, and just the fact that you still got your women's tag team champions. You still have Jade. So I just feel that based upon all of that the baby faces should come out on top, more so because of the feud with Rhea Ripley and Liv, and how she got screwed at the last pay-per-view, got taken out, came back. It almost seems as though to push the feud forward that she would be the one to get the pinfall victory going into the next phase of their feud.
Because I feel like she can just chase Liv just because she got screwed. And another thing too is that if we're going to start this Bianca and Jade breakup that everybody wants to happen, let me say this over. Everybody else wants to happen. Something needs to happen between them where they start racking up losses. I think, especially with this U.S. women's title tournament that's going on, which people are kind of pushing to the forefront of Jade versus Bianca in that finals for Saturday night's main event. Which people are leaning towards. I just feel like there's too much confusion on the babyfaces side, and that the heels need to win. They need to continue their momentum. I want to see Nia Jax be dominant, Liv Morgan be dominant, and continue that reign. Right. You guys made pretty good points, but I just gotta. You can't just keep wash, rinse, repeat. You can't keep doing that. Not in the women's war game. You gotta change it up a little bit at least, in my opinion.
Before we continue on, Daniel, since we're on the topic of the women right now, I actually have to express my frustration about something. So remember on last week's show, we talked about we talked about damage control. We talked about Dakota Kai coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about how her coming back.
We also talked about the Pure Fusion Collective, but go on.
We talked
Why?
about Pure Fusion Collective, and we talked about how that 6-woman tag that they had last week should be the end all be all. It should not go back to this feud. Just have the match because Dakota Kai is back now, and just to have them get the victory and just be over.
It's never over, Brian. It's never over.
Now I'm thinking it's done. But then why the fuck did we get a backstage promo with Pure Fusion Collective on Raw? It was either on Raw or I saw it on my phone. I saw it on social media. It was either on Raw or it was on their YouTube page. And they made it clear with that backstage promo that this feud is continuing. And I just have one question. Why? Why the fuck are we still going forward with these 3 women? You tried, it failed. Just break them up and have them doing something else, or just break them up and just have Sonya managing. You don't
know what, Brian? I am so sick. I am so sick of your negativity.
Why are we going back to this? Like the stable failed.
Oh, Brian, didn't Dan say that Sonya was going to be the saver and
this is the reboot?
This is the one who's going to unite the group and elevate them to new heights like they've never seen. Is that not what happened?
This is the reboot, Lewis. This is the reboot.
Didn't the reboot happen like 4 months ago?
Hey! Something long-term booking.
So you're saying long-term? You're talking about restarting the booking?
One, because they can cause Io Sky her championship match. That's number one, and they can continue the feud.
See, Daniel, so you just put that out there. That's probably exactly the direction that they're going to go in now. They're probably going to have that. They're probably going to have that match on Raw after War Games. It's probably going to be the main event, and then they're probably going to interfere. And Liv retains the title, and then they're going to go right. And then they're going to go right back to Liv and Rhea, and then Io's going to go right back to Damage Control. Like
what I've been saying, because number one, they still have that Rhea and Liv Morgan thing that they need to have, right? They still need to hash that out in some capacity. So what do? You put Io in that spot to be a difference, like just have something change, and then have her lose, because I don't think they're going to put the title on Io right now, and then go right back into Damage Control and have that 6-woman tag there where they can have a bunch of match and probably have a blow-off match at some point. But I feel like there's still more meat on the bone with the Pure Fusion Collective. And guess what? You guys are just going to have to sit there, sit back, and enjoy it. Because it's happening.
Did you not give up? Did you not already give up on them yourself? You said you were done with the bullshit.
I do not recall that, so I still believe.
Now we need to go back to
now look who's backpedaling.
No. So I'm going to clip this part of the episode, and I'm going to find the episode where you shitted on them after you've seen the way that they were booked, and then we're going to all right. I'm going to go back.
Okay, so this is Triple H doing the booking right. That is what's happening right now. He fucked up at first, and now he's going to do it right, guys. Come on.
So he booked Indy Hartwell right. He booked her right.
No.
She's going to sign to TNA, and then she's going to be brought back.
No, that's not what I asked, Dan.
No. He fucked up at first. He should have admitted the fuck up and moved on. That's what he should have did.
Such negativity, especially from Brian. I'm surprised tonight. Such negativity from Brian tonight. I'm so
criticism, not negativity.
It's usually Lewis is negative.
If the group had been booked properly within the first month, we wouldn't be feeling this way.
Hey, they needed to build Io up for this moment so she can have the trash can on her head and jump off the War Games cage and have a big moment and have that be a selling point in her match with Liv Morgan, and then have the Pure Fusion Collective derail that.
But see how we're looking forward to that spot, though? This is why I think after this year, she shouldn't do it again. Because I think
she's been in every match. I think she's been in every one.
It's like one of these days you're gonna do it. God forbid. But don't try your luck.
Has she been in every one?
Think so.
Every women's War Games,
even in NXT.
Yeah. I think even in NXT. Yeah.
Yep. Hold on, I'm checking right now. Yep. She's been in every one.
Oh wow. Yep, she's been in every War Games match. Yep,
she's the veteran of the War Games match, I should say. Miss War Games.
Miss War Games.
This is why I think they should change up the War Games match, but I'll save that for another day.
No, we can talk about that now. I mean, we're already talking about the matches.
Oh, well, since we're on War Games, yeah, I just feel like they need to do something like where it's every person for themselves, or put the teams in teams of 2 and have them battle it out. Something. There's got to be some type of change to War Games. I've seen too many War Games matches where it's just the same formula, and it's like there's got to be something else.
Yeah,
they got to change it somehow.
Yeah, they have to make the first like 20 to 30 minutes matter to people, because that's what it is. Because like the fact that the match doesn't start till everybody's in the ring, and then you got 10 guys. You start with 2, and then you eventually got 10 guys, and then literally every new guy that comes in kind of has to have his moment. But you already know that all this really doesn't matter. All this don't matter until everybody's in the ring. So you really don't care about the first 20 to 30 minutes. So
as I said, they need to make it like teams of 2, and those 2 people get the last spots in the Royal Rumble or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah, do something to it, because it's like, yeah. Make the first half of it.
Or they can just do like a random tag team. Have people draw out of a bucket, a number out of a hat, and have something.
Worth going up on the fridge, right?
Something's got to change. That's all I'm saying. Like, because I'll think of something. I got it.
All right. As far as Survivor Series go, do we miss the 5-on-5 elimination matches? I don't. I don't. I only like them whenever there were like stakes involved, like the 2001 Survivor Series with Team WWE versus Team Alliance with WCW ECW, when they did, even though that storyline wasn't the real WCW or the real ECW, the fact that there were stakes involved, that kind of made it exciting at that time.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm.
But only when they do it like I think there was a year that they did it, the year that Sting debuted. I think it was like 2014. And I think they had
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler winning at the end. And I think like if they had the baby faces had won, then Triple H would be out of power. Like that, don't like 5-man matches like that. Like would they have like?
I'm fine with it if they just limit the matches. When they do every match like that and it's 25 people in a match and shit like that, I don't want to see that again. I don't.
Yeah, I remember like all right. So the year that they did it when NXT was involved. I think
that was different.
That was the best Survivor. That was the best Survivor.
Yeah,
the year they had NXT was involved. But the years prior to that, whenever they would have like the Raw versus SmackDown, they would have like the tag team match, and then you have like 12 guys on each apron and all the tag teams. I'm like nah, realistically.
I did like what they did when they had it was champion versus champion. I did like that. That was dope. I did like that. So I give them kudos for that. But yep, the War Games match just got to change it up. Let's get into our third match of the night. Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been brewing ever since Gunther defeated Damian Priest to win the title. This has been brewing. 2 hard-hitting guys. They had a good match last time. They've been building up. The promos have been great. What do you guys think about this one?
Their backstage segment. I don't know if it was last night on Raw or the week prior, but when Gunther tried to attack him, that was last night, right?
Yeah.
Gunther tried to attack him while Priest is just sitting there, and the attack fails. I thought that was I thought that was hilarious, and I thought from a storyline perspective, it kind of shows how like Priest is from the streets. He's street smart. So if you're gonna try to attack him like that, I mean, you gotta come better than that, Gunther. Because this is Priest.
I was surprised because Gunther has been talking about being honorable and this guy's a real challenger. To do these little tactics where he's trying to attack him is like
because he's turning into the jar.
The jar?
The jar.
What the hell is that?
I don't even know, man.
The jar. But anyway, who do you guys have in this one?
Yeah. As much as it would be nice, it would be a nice story touch to have a Priest regain the championship. We're still within the reign of Gunther, and he still is. Even though he kind of is looking kind of inferior in this storyline, he still is the still a dominant world champion, and we're still looking forward to thinking about other matchups. So
who's after this? I guess is my question.
Punk, probably.
Probably
him. I mean him and Drew have been out of sight, out of mind since Hell in the Cell. They haven't even.
Well, Drew's still recovering from the biggest gash in the world, so
there's that. Yeah, there's that. I mean,
Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
no,
He has to fight Gunther at some point.
At some point, just not now.
What else are they gonna do it?
Yeah,
they kind of have to do it. Saturday night main event. They kind of
have they faced off yet?
I don't think so.
Nothing Gunther for the title? No,
in general, no.
I
could see that happening next. But sorry, I like cut Brian off. So you were saying
it should.
I was just saying that we still need more of a Gunther as world champion. That's why I was just going with Gunther. It's just my question is what happens to Priest after this, because they still is he? I mean, God forbid he goes back to feuding against the Judgment Day. We don't need that.
Oh, please, God, no. See, and that's the thing is that Priest has been looking strong going into this feud. He had the wins with being Finn. Yeah, he lost that bullshit to Dom, but obviously that doesn't really hurt him because he's just outnumbered and got screwed. But other than that, I mean, he's been laying waste to the Judgment Day that needs to break up like now.
Yep.
And against like you said, like against Gunther, he's been making them look weak. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if he does lose, it does kind of. I feel like it is gonna like knock him down a little bit, but he'll still be up there. But he's gonna have to like do exactly what he's been doing now and just keep getting wins to get back in that picture.
I mean, Finn Balor's going to cost him the match. I just,
most
likely. I don't think that's going to end.
Now that I think about it, he did reference a couple of weeks ago on Raw
about that he's getting the title shot,
number one contender, and feeling some type of way about it. So he might get involved. Yeah, fuck.
He has to.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Gunther too. I either see that happening or even Ludwig coming out to help Gunther as well. Just after
Ludwig Kaiser. He's been doing good. He's been looking good. And now he's getting involved in that Intercontinental title again. So hopefully that's on the horizon for him. Soon for him. But no, I'm going to go Gunther as well. I think it's just continuing his reign. He has to carry that belt until WrestleMania for a potential Brock Lesnar match or anything. I think even if there's not a Brock Lesnar match this year, on the upcoming WrestleMania, I think Gunther should carry that title. I think he should carry that title, man. I feel like he's bringing something different to the title, a different look, more consistency. I think it's just his time there. I
wouldn't mind him losing it and then regaining it right before Mania. Just because there's so much time.
He's too good, man. He's too good. I don't want him to lose that.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, if this feud with Damian has shown us anything, is that he also looks human as well. He can be brought down. Damian's not, he ain't a small guy. He's a guy similar in stature, strong,
former world champion.
Exactly. So I see Damian as a good fit for Gunther, and I could even see Damian kind of dethroning him at some point, but I don't know. That's a little bit of fantasy booking for me. Why are you hating on Damian? Why do you not?
He's catching the L. I'm just saying he's catching the L. It's all right.
Yeah, I see him catching the L. I'm talking about later on. If let's say he goes through CM Punk, goes through Seth Rollins,
he's not beating.
Naturally, he'll come back.
He's not beating Seth Rollins. He's not beating those guys. They're not doing that.
No. You think Gunther's not beating Seth Rollins?
I'm talking about Damian Priest. I thought you were talking about Damian Priest.
I'm talking about Gunther. I'm like, I feel like after going through those guys, you could have him go against Damian again, and Damian could win. But
I think they got to have a long reign with Gunther, and I don't even think he's losing to Brock Lesnar. That's how impactful I think Gunther is. I don't think he's going to lose to any of those guys.
I don't know. I just see Damian getting the title again, and just because of the way he's been booked lately and how he's been looking, I see him as champion again. He looks
not until Bad Bunny returns.
He needs Bad Bunny to win. Is that what you're saying?
Not until Bad Bunny comes back.
Look at Brian's face.
Do you not want to see Puerto Rico stand up? Do you not want to see that, Brian? That representation.
You keep reminding me of that, which means that Finn Balor is going to interfere in this match.
It's happening. Because what else is he going to do? Go after Braun Breaker? No, he's not going to do that. Like, he's in the main event scene now. He has to stay there. And I feel like even with the loss to Gunther, it's just like I don't see him in that title picture right now, but not out of the main event scene. He's still going to be in a good spot on the card. And I feel like the next motion would be to have Bad Bunny. Maybe they're saving that for WrestleMania. I don't know if they can drag it out that long, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's our picks for Survivor Series, unless they add some more matches to the card. That is where we're going to leave it. We're all going to New Bloodline in the men's War Game match. Me and Lewis are going the heel team. Team Liv Morgan over team. Is it Rhea Ripley's team or Bianca Belair's team? I used to like when they used to declare whose team it was, but they're not doing that anymore. We got the heels. Me and Lewis. Brian has the babyface team. And for the World Heavyweight title, we all going Gunther. Seems like it's about right. All right, now to pressing matters here, since you guys wanted to bring it up. Let's go over let me just write the headline here. You guys can go. All right. AEW Full Gear, which is happening this Sunday?
Yeah. Yep.
Like the good old days, Sunday pay-per-views.
Yep, the 23rd. Yep.
Don't you remember those good old days, man?
That would be Saturday. My bad.
You guys can talk AEW Full Gear. I'll just be over here in the corner. Just,
Wow. All magazines that have up Shaq Uncut.
Jesus.
Okay, so
it's a good book. If anybody wants to talk Shaq Uncut,
I watched his documentary. That's fine.
It was a good documentary.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we do have AEW Full Gear, man.
Yep, we have AEW Full Gear. And I will say this about AEW going into this pay-per-view. I will say that this is probably the least amount of hype that they've had for one of their shows going for one of their pay-per-views. Yeah, not like their top storyline. Like we'll talk about the main event first. Like their main event, which is Jon Moxley defending the AEW World Title against Orange Cassidy. So this is their top storyline. Excuse me. Pretty much, Moxley initially coming back and taking out Brian Danielson, kicking them out of the Blackpool Combat Club, renaming them now the Death Riders. They've come into AEW now, and pretty much they're trying to do what the Young Bucks said that they were going to do months ago. Pretty much taking over the company. I mean, it's the same BCC group with Marina Shafir added in and Pac replacing Danielson. They've been pretty much week after week on Dynamite. Random attacks. A lot of the guys that they've been attacking are kind of the bottom of the card. Jobber guys they've been trying to and Moxley has been cutting these very cryptic promos about how there's a power above him that's making him do this, that there's a reason why he's doing this, and that he's trying to make AEW better. But with the way he does his promos, he speaks in tongues, so you really don't understand what he means. People speculating that finally this could be the quote unquote Shane McMahon involvement. But
what if it's not Shane McMahon?
Then who?
If it's not Shane McMahon, it's got to be then. then just that storyline might be a wash, or it has to be somebody just as big that would make
Vince.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Okay.
Can he even use that name there? Well, to be Vincent Kennedy.
that's his name.
Didn't he sell majority of his shares? He could just sell off the last couple. We'd be all right.
Yeah, but so this is their top storyline, and like it's honestly hype wise, it hasn't been as
interesting,
as good, hasn't been as interesting as the other their previous top storylines. Or they're kind of making Orange Cassidy out to be the martyr of the whole group, be the leader. Pretty much, this is I think what they're going for. This is their version of NWO versus Sting. Pretty much. That's
what I kind of got the feel of John Moxley trying to take over. That's what I feel.
But if they're going in that direction, then Darby Allin should be in this match, not Orange Cassidy, because who was with Sting? Darby Allin. Who comes down from the rafters like Sting? Darby Allin. So if you were going in that direction, you should have went with Darby Allin. But I digress. Moxley and Orange Cassidy, they faced off actually at last year's Full Gear. It was a very, very good match. So in ring wise, they're gonna have the chemistry. Obviously, Moxley just won the title, so predicting that he's gonna retain and come out on top. This is actually one of the matches where people aren't even looking forward to the actual match. They're looking forward to the shenanigans afterwards, because they want to. Because this is the top storyline. They actually want to see, like, okay, is it going to be a payoff? Are we going to see Shane McMahon? Are we going to see somebody else? Because this story needs it. Because right now you got Moxley coming out here speaking in tongues, and people aren't getting it. And the storyline needs like a jolt of energy right now. So people are just waiting more for the shenanigans than they are for this match.
Incoherent John Moxley. People don't understand. Don't say that. You don't say.
Hey, he's always been coherent, all right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. So Lewis, your thoughts on that story?
I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of like if
Orange Cassidy is gonna be in a bloodbath, and he's going to get his ass kicked. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to get his ass kicked in this match.
Basically, but
I'm really,
like Brian said, I'm going to be really curious to see if anything's revealed, who they're really working for, because it has to be somebody huge. You know, it can't be just like the Mr. GM or something.
Jake the Snake.
You know,
what if it's Sting?
It's Sting, that'd be crazy.
It's Sting.
Yeah,
they can't do that. Sting's too loved.
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be some type of big payoff. Like we can't have another devil situation where it's just like it falls flat and it's all for no reason. So, you know, like Brian said, I think we know that obviously Mox is going to retain and there's going to be some shenanigans that lets him win. But, you know, I kind of like this new version of Mox because it's like he's more focused. It's like a different character. It's kind of like it's that damn movie with is it Al Pacino? He's like in the South.
Okay,
I don't know. I have to look it up, but it's like kind of like he like speaks in scriptures and stuff like that. But he's like a psycho or something like that. If I find it out, I don't know what the hell it is. So I'm curious to see what this whole new thing is. This like some faith-based group or some type shit. You know, I don't know. It's interesting, but it has to come with a good payoff, or it's just going to be another one of those like they had it and they dropped the ball. So we'll see.
Yeah, and speaking of dropping the ball, we might as well go into that match right now. We got MJF versus Roderick Strong. All right. Now, Daniel, you were paying attention to AEW at one point, so you were very familiar with the Devil storyline and how it played out in the very end, with Adam Cole being obviously revealed as the person that was behind all the Devil attacks on MJF. So I'm going to try to remember how the story went. So what I remember, after that happened, MJF went away for a little bit. Then Adam Cole randomly came back on a pay-per-view to tell a story.
Yeah.
Then that set up MJF returning from hiatus. MJF attacked Adam Cole. Adam Cole then disappeared for a little bit. MJF was still a babyface at the time. Then MJF eventually became a heel, feuding with Daniel Garcia. So now we have heel MJF, and now Adam Cole comes back from his hiatus, and now we have babyface Adam Cole again. See how everything I just said made kind of made no sense. That's the exact feeling that a majority of fans I felt towards this story. Like, it was so confused. It was so confusing. Matter of fact, the way it ended was already so disappointing because everybody saw where it was going, and Adam Cole got injured, so that really hampered it. Yeah. So now the fact that they're trying to salvage it, the more they try to salvage it, the more confusing that they're making the story. Because then the story flipped into Roger Strong getting involved, and then Adam Cole, and then MJF, being the heel MJF. In every fucking story, every fucking heel MJF story, everybody has to go through obstacles to get to him. Yeah. Besides, hey, Roger Strong, Adam Cole. First one to win 3 matches in a row gets me at Full Gear. That's what MJF stipulation. Then somehow Adam Cole talks to Tony Khan. Stipulation gets changed. Now it's both men need to win 3 matches, and if they do, it becomes a triple threat. Luckily, as on last week's Dynamite, Roger Strong won his 3rd match. Adam Cole lost his 3rd match, and now we're getting MJF versus Roger Strong. This storyline, this storyline has been, so very confusing, and what makes it even worse, the best your top heel, your top character has literally been off. Literally hasn't been seen live since the pay-per-view. It's not going to be seen live until Full Gear. They've been having the him up on the little
Titantron,
back in his little home, drinking his wine, observing everything. But MJF live is better than being via satellite any day. So him not being there, obviously, I think that this story obviously is gonna, they're trying to salvage it so much that I think they're gonna continue it into World's End, which is going to be this coming December, and they're probably going to have the blow-off match with Adam Cole and MJF then, because it's been up to go full circle, because it's been a whole year since the Devil storyline, debacle. So they're probably going to go a whole full year, and more than likely MJF is probably going to come on top in this match. But anyway, yeah, this whole story, like, you didn't need to salvage this storyline. Once Adam Cole came back, you could have sent him in a completely different direction. Kept him away from MJF because the story already ended poorly. So you didn't need to go back to it. But MJF is going to come out on top in this match.
My thing with this whole thing with him coming back, there was no need for him to go after MJF again. It's like, why do we not put Adam Cole in the title hunt? Put him in that, with everything that's going on with Moxley and everything. Why not have him come back and fight his way back to the top? Why is he still focusing so much on MJF and everything that happened? It was just like you said, it's like they created this undisputed kingdom, whatever.
Because they have to finish the story, Lewis. That's why they have to tie up the loose ends.
No,
even MJF are supposed to be blood because they told you so.
Like I said, at World's End, we're probably gonna do it there to make it a full year.
I hope not. This feud does not deserve a full year worth of feud. Like it's not that deep. So
is it? Is it not? I feel like it is. They hate each other. Come on, that's all you need to know. They hate each other. What else do you need to know?
Anyway, moving on to the next match. We got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. I mean,
good match.
No, it'll be a very good match. Will Ospreay never has bad matches. But for the most part, this story's pretty much been how Kyle Fletcher turned on Will Ospreay at the last pay-per-view, cost him the international championship. Pretty much is your basic story of guys that used to be really tight, being a tag team together, and then when one guy sees another guy having all this success, he kind of wants to emulate the same success.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty much it's a simple story. I wish they would have put more emphasis on it, but it's a simple story. It's gonna be a good match. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Another match on the card. We got the recently signed Bobby Lashley going up against Swerve Strickland.
Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt. No longer the Hurt Business. Hurt Syndicate's now in AEW. So if you guys look at the dirt sheet reports, it's been reported that Swerve may be dealing with possibly a dislocated shoulder or shoulder injury going into the match. It's gonna be very interesting to see how it plays out on Dynamite, to see if he's gonna push through and they're gonna have the match, or if they just hold it off. Hopefully he's able to push through and probably give us an entertaining match. And if anything, even if he can only give you 3 minutes, I mean, that's even a positive, because you got Lashley debuting. I mean, if you want to make Lashley look strong, have him go through the former AEW World Champion inside 3 minutes is a very good way to start out. So,
where have I seen this booking before with AEW? Where have I seen this before? Didn't they do this with Cody Rhodes twice? With Brody Lee, and then they did it with Malachi Black.
Daniel, they did it with a couple of guys. For a while. Now, for a while when Cody was there, it was almost like he started becoming like the gatekeeper of AEW. He talked about it on Stone Cold's podcast. He talked that it being one of the reasons why he eventually was thinking about leaving was because it's the way he was booked. It started becoming a pattern. They would sign someone new. That new person's first match was Cody. And then as soon as they beat Cody, then either they were getting a shot at the title, or they were facing somebody who just lost.
The only person he didn't lose to was Shaq.
Wow, you brought that up. That was Jade Cargill's first match, though.
Oh man, good times with Shaq going through the table and tearing his rotator cuff. It's just.
Go ahead.
We've seen this before, and I'm happy Bobby Lashley's in AEW. I feel like that's a place where he can go and be a big fish in a big pond, and be a big guy that they can utilize, right? And I feel like him going up against Swerve is the right move. I just wish Swerve wasn't hurt in this situation, because I feel like there can be something there because the Hurt Syndicate obviously is against Swerve Strickland, right? He's not going to join them. He's not going to. Hopefully, that's not what happens, But
So I'll pretty much just go. So matches we just covered story-wise, those are the biggest matches. So I'll pretty much just skim through the rest of the card. All right, so we got Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page. That story is pretty much that.
It's just a feud.
Yeah, it's just a feud. I mean, I think Hangman accidentally injured Jay White. Jay White got hurt in a match with Hangman, and then when Jay White came back from injury, they just went off of that. I mean, Hangman is still one of the top heels in the company, but the only issue is he's kind of trying to use the same verbiage he used in his feud with Swerve in this one, and the people just aren't buying it, because it's just your feud with Swerve actually was personal. This isn't that personal. So, bro, we're not buying that. And then we got Private Party defending the AEW tag team titles in a 4-way.
Whoa, wait. Jay White's a babyface?
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah, because Hangman's a heel.
Yeah. When he came back from injury, he became a babyface. Another match I'm gonna get into kind of had the same exact thing, but we got Private Party defending the AEW World Tag Team titles against the Kings of Black Throne, which is Malachi Black and Brody King, The Acclaimed, and then we got the Outrunners, which is Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. Definitely looking forward to see Private Party come out on top. They did just beat the Bucks for the title, and it was a very good tag team match. I think the Bucks kind of are on hiatus now because of it.
Yeah.
The way this Moxley storyline is going on, a lot of people are predicting that the Bucks are going to come back as baby faces and then intervene with that. If that is the plan, oh my fucking God, please don't.
You know what that means?
Yeah, exactly. Like no, we no.
Kenny Omega's coming back. That's all you know. Kenny Omega's coming back.
You say that. Kenny Omega is actually making his in-ring return in New Japan.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
New Japan, I was just looking
AEW in New Japan. Not the company he's the VP of in New Japan.
I was looking up New Japan stuff, and I'm like, they've had a lot of shows, like pay-per-views over the past couple of weeks. Like, I was just looking through it with Zack Sabre Jr. and guys like that. So it's just like, damn. Mm-hmm. They've had a lot of stuff going on. I was just looking it up. But yep, that just means Kenny Omega's coming back.
Yeah, that's all that means. Yeah, New Japan's literally having their biggest show of the year at the Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom. And then the next night, they're doing Wrestle Dynasty, which is a joint show with them, AEW, CMLL, Stardom. Like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But but as far as the Fatal the 4-way goes, just got Private Party coming out on top because they just won the titles. Louis, you got any thoughts on that match?
No, I mean, like you said, Private Party just won the titles. I don't see them losing anytime soon. You know, it's just going to be another tag team just to highlight the tag team division. Hopefully, they can get their tag team division back on track. I mean, I keep wanting to say New Day, Private Party, and the Bucks. You know, they had a couple of great matches, but you know, they finally pulled it off. They got the win, so I don't see them losing this one that quick. Maybe we'll get some tag teams returning. Maybe we'll get other people involved. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah,
definitely. So another match. You got Jack Perry. He's gonna be defending the TNT title against Daniel Garcia. I believe the story with that match is Daniel Garcia has kind of been on Orange Cassidy's side in this whole Death Riders versus the AEW roster thing, and since Jack Perry's with the Elite and the Elite's kind of staying out of it, Garcia's been the guy getting in Jack Perry's face, like what you guys doing? Like, these guys are attacking AEW and you guys don't want to get involved. And Jack Perry's been kind of like subliminally like telling him, like, you know, you and I are a lot alike. You know, they used to cheer and dance and cheer for me too. At one, like, you know, and they kind of been kind of mirroring each other, and that's pretty much how that story has panned out. Like I said, it's not one of the top.
Word, bro.
and then finally, and there's a reason why I saved this one for last. You got our girl Mercedes Moné defending the TBS title against Chris Statlander. Woohoo! Yeah. I laugh when I think about this match because
attacked with a car.
Chris Statlander was literally a heel on the last pay-per-view.
Months ago.
Literally on the last pay-per-view. And then literally within like 2 weeks, she magically turned babyface. And they explained it with like a random promo package saying that Stokely Hathaway, the guy that she was with, had been getting in her head the entire time, and she wasn't able to be her true self.
Nice.
So is she friends with Willow now again?
I mean, Willow's actually out with an injury right now, but technically, yes, I guess. So all that stuff
point of her being healed all the time.
That grotesque street fight that we got between them, with that spot that's probably going to be the spot of the year.
Mm-hmm.
All that means absolutely nothing now. I guess apparently. So she's in this feud with Mercedes now. I think the only reason why they flipped her back to babyface is because Mercedes needed a challenger.
Where's Britt Baker?
It's funny you say that. Britt Baker is about to be in a feud with Serena Deeb.
I thought they had just wrestled not that long ago already.
No. Britt Baker had a match on Dynamite against Penelope Ford last week, and then Serena Deeb came out after, and then Britt literally looked into the camera and said 4 times, "Nobody cares."
Oh, damn! Because I want to say it was maybe like 3 weeks ago that they had a match together, Serena Deeb and Britt Baker, and I think Britt won clean.
That's probably the reason why they're having a feud now. So that's what Britt's
makes
doing.
No sense.
Yeah. So literally, they need a challenger for her. The girl that's with the Mercedes, Camille. The way that she's been booked, they've essentially turned her, and now she really is Mercedes' lackey now. At first, they booked her as like a strong powerhouse, really making her look like the the diesel to Mercedes' Moné's Shawn Michaels, really making her look like strong and stuff. Now, last 3 weeks, they literally Mercedes has turned her into a lackey, getting mad at her for dropping her coat, getting mad at her for not following up on plans. I think they had a backstage angle where they tried to run over Chris Statlander with a car and Camille missed.
Yeah. I did see that.
Yep, and then she chastised her for that. Yeah, so Camille definitely hasn't been booked as the longest reigning NWA Women's Champion that she was. So
you would have never thought she wrestled.
Yeah. The way you look at her now, you would never even thought that she had that title reign in the NWA. So it's like it's very puzzling. But that's pretty much the entire card. Like I said, it's their least hyped pay-per-view. I'm gonna watch it. I know Daniel's not gonna watch it. Lewis may or may not watch it. I don't know.
I'll watch it.
I'm definitely gonna just tune in. I mean, when I watch AEW differently than I watch WWE. When I watch WWE, I look forward to the in-ring action, but I know that the storytelling is going to be great. With AEW, I literally just watch it because I know I'm going to get good in-ring action. I watch AEW like I watch boxing or watch MMA, just because I know I'll just watch the action because story-wise, they're not there yet. But action-wise, you're going to get good in-ring action at least.
So you better watch, Dan.
So you're gonna waste your Sunday? Is that what you guys are gonna do?
Hater.
You're gonna waste your Sunday? You guys can watch TNA. That's all I'm saying.
They're losing like half their people.
Yeah, everyone's like their contracts are up. Everyone's leaving.
Yeah. Not
surprising.
Yeah, apparently.
But no. AEW Full Gear is this Sunday.
Saturday, bro.
Saturday.
Yeah, I think the 23rd. That's Saturday, right?
Really? Why are they on Saturday? They don't want to compete with football?
Basically, probably.
Got it.
That's pretty much been the wave now. I mean, everyone does the big pay-per-views on Saturdays now. As long as you're not competing with UFC.
No, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some great matches on AEW, and they're going to try to make up for it. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure you guys will give me the breakdown and stuff like that, and I will probably see clips and stuff like that and keep an eye out for it. But yeah, that was an AEW Full Gear review. Preview, I should say. Yeah, we'll pick it up. Of course, we're going to be off next week because of logistics. Brian's leaving us, as I said at the start of the show. But it will be good. It'll be good. We'll see what happens with the Survivor Series and the Raw and SmackDown leading into it. And we'll pick up back there, as always. Anything else, Brian? Do you want to come in and jump in? I tried to add in the last show, and you came in with some AEW. Oh, okay. No ROH, no MLW, no CMLL, guys. You guys are good.
Nick Nemeth, TNA champion.
Yeah, I got to see what happened with that because I know JBL came out. I don't know what the angle was with that, so I got to figure that out. But
that's honestly the main reason I want to watch TNA is just to see what he's doing.
JBL
and Dolph.
Nick Nemeth. Yeah.
I only got one thing to say. EC3 is still the NWA men's heavyweight champion.
That's still a company? Is that being ran by Billy Corgan still? Jesus Christ.
Wasn't EC3 and even not
he was in TNA. He was supposed to be in WWE.
There was another wrestling company they were trying to start at one point, wasn't it?
It was him and was it Braun Strowman trying to start that?
I think it was, yeah.
It was CYN, Control Your Narrative.
Yeah.
Thank God that failed. We did not need that.
Somebody else who tried joining it too?
They tried to get a couple of people.
Yeah. And I think they were on board for like a second, and then it was like, boop.
It's like, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Failed wrestling promotions. Happens more than you know. But yeah, we'll get into next time the fallout of Survivor Series and seeing what the Raw and SmackDown leads into that. And I'm pretty sure you guys will pick me up on AEW Full Gear. So we'll get in there next time you guys see us. So always kick out on two. Always remember to kick us on two. Remember to follow us on Twitter. I'm thinking about starting a Blue Sky. What is Blue Sky? That's a new thing, like a new Twitter app, I guess. I got to check that out. Yeah, it's new. But until next time, guys, thank you guys for joining.